No,
So,
the
take lunch round table.
here is 1 o'clock,
It is
April
18th.
2013. I am Jason, and Mish is here as well. Operate on not all pistons.
I am definitely not on all pistons. I have a giant headache, the size of all outdoors, and we are in Western Virginia, so there's a lot of outdoors.
Again, this is the Tech Lunch Roundtable. You can visit us at our website, which is smc.io. That's smc.io. There you actually have links to
Everything,
including our Twitter page, our Google Plus,
YouTube.
where you can, if you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, that way you can email when we do upload these shows to YouTube.
And we're actually getting pretty good at actually uploading within the same day.
Exactly.
Holy crow.
What else? You can email us at help
At smc.io.
You can call in on the second half of the hour. We take calls. The phone number is 818-739-8894. On today's show, we are talking about the cloud. What is it?
Cumulonimbus.
Talk about all the sorts of cloud, how you can use it to your advantage, and even how to protect your data.
What about the chemtrails? Is that considered a cloud?
I suppose so.
What is actually the technical term of a cloud? Is just floating thing up there, pretty much. Moisture. Yeah. Sorry.
Any of the news article, any page we reference on the internet, whether it's tech news or anything, is under our website, the show notes. You can go to our website again, smc.io, and click on shows, and click on the respective show. We again have a link there to download our show and the news articles that we reference as well. On this particular show, we sometimes play a music video or a song, and we have a link to the YouTube there as well.
Yes.
The original person can definitely get credit for it.
Unless it's something that YouTube doesn't like, we have to cut that out. Sorry.
Yes.
So if you're listening to it on Blog Talk, they don't cut it out, but when we post it up on YouTube, they're like, you can't put Leonard Skinner up here. It's like, I'm sorry.
Right, because that song is our intro. They actually keep it up there, but
they don't let us. I think it's Germany and mobile devices.
When we had the
Weird Al
Yankovic. No, the video does not get flagged for anything, except for you can't play the whole entire YouTube video on a mobile device.
Mobile device, yeah.
Because the artist has decided that you can't play it on a mobile device. I'm not sure why he would care whether it's a computer or mobile device, but
maybe a mobile device killed his parents.
Indeed. So that's why we were going to be emitting that song on our YouTube video. So
I cut out just enough. I cut out enough that we can get squeakers. Squeaker by.
Well, you do that on the other show. While we talk, I will actually go to YouTube, log in, and see if it's fun.
Yes, let's see if my squeaker works.
Anyhow, so today's show, we are talking about the cloud. The first section here is tech news.
Yay.
And what we find interesting or not interesting. So we make it interesting.
Yes.
The story behind the story, as they say.
I'll go with there's a lot of rumors revolving around the new next version or next, I guess you could say, Service Pack update for Windows 8. Will bring back the Start menu and allow you to boot directly to the desktop. With Windows 8, it's made from a touch. Well, they say touch-centric. Basically, they expect you to have a tablet or a touchscreen, which for us people that have mice, mice, I did the right vernacular, mouses, it's very hard to use the new the Metro style Start page with it. It's almost impossible because you got to go there. So that's what we recommend is it's called Classic Shell, or you can do a Google search for Classic Shell, or classicshell.org. .org, I think. Maybe .net. Yeah. You are to the right of me, so you are right. That's why we recommend this. It's basically a mod and it puts on a start menu, and it also makes it so it boots directly to your desktop. So you're like, oh, I don't have to see that stupid Metro thing ever again. Although you do have to use it sometimes when you're adjusting user accounts and Bluetooth, which is, pardon my French, retarded. Like, why can't you do everything with the desktop? Nope. So anyway, I was going to say gay, but I probably upset somebody. Whatever, I upset people all the time. Anyways, so there was a lot of rumors about that, which would be awesome, and also it would be a free update, because if it's the version would be 8.1, and that version would be considered freebie. But I think this is cool.
I think I do have Windows 8 on my laptop, and I actually don't like it. I do have Classic Shell installed. Obviously, it's not like Windows 7 start menu.
This is true.
It's kind of funky, but it does help. But I think if I had a touch, like a tablet, Windows 8 would be awesome.
Yes, this is true.
It's sort of interesting where I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but there's a movement out there that's supposedly urging Verizon to get rid of wireless contracts. And actually, it is up here to be being seen according to this article, which is on the CNN Tech News page. The petition is calling for the carriers to end contracts with smartphones and create an affordable way for consumers to purchase their devices. It actually has attracted more than 60,000 signatures on the website change.org, which is an online petition platform that anybody can do.
Yes, I've seen one petition there that was like, kick out all of the whites out of America. Like, that was interesting. It's very empty.
And I think we probably got this idea
from T-Mobile, because we talked about this week before last.
Yeah, T-Mobile is now offering the iPhone 5 without a contract. And we're not talking if you have to buy the phone outright at $600. You purchase. I think the phone is actually $99 using an iPhone 5.
You put some money down.
And then you can use...
you pay it off over a year, I think, or is it 2 years?
I can't remember.
Year. And then once you have it, they actually will unlock the phone for you. So it can actually go from T-Mobile to Verizon to AT&T. Hate them. Anyway.
So what I'll do is I'll actually put that link on the show notes as well if you also want to find this petition. Doesn't necessarily by doing a petition like it, even if you have 5 billion signatures here.
Doesn't mean diddly.
Doesn't mean anything really, but it obviously can get attention. It has gotten attention in the past, so. The
whole secede from the nation union petition's got more signatures than this probably, and it didn't go diddly.
What was I going to say?
Before I rudely interrupted you.
The person that started it happens to be a blogger and a Verizon customer, so obviously, somebody can create a petition for AT&T. Same thing, they have to sign up for a contract as well.
Which one of the servers out Midwest crapped out? I don't know what type of server, I just know one crapped out.
I'm sure they have more than one.
Yes. Well, apparently they finally got it up and running, but it's like on life support. Everybody's scrambling.
Poop happens, as they say.
It does. Generally about an hour or so after you eat. Unless you have Taco Bell. Then it's generally right after you eat.
Next story is Nokia, or if you want to cover that one.
Nokia?
Or, yes, if you see Bomber.
Nokia. Nokia shipped 5.6 million, or M, Lumias during first quarter. Lumia is their answer to the iPhone, because it runs the Windows, I think it's Windows 8? Which version of Windows are they up to now? I think it's 8.1 or 2. I don't remember. I actually don't have my Windows Phone anymore because I can't have a Windows Phone anymore because everything's Verizon down here, so I just got an iPhone. I miss it to some degree because now I have them all trendy and hip. Yeah, because I'm not in it. But basically there's the Windows Phone I actually think is superior to the others. If Windows Phone came out at the same time as iPhone, it would have actually kicked Apple's butt because it's much more intuitive, less crap to go wrong, and also it's faster, but there's less in the background. So like people will notice after a while their iPhone just starts to slow down because there's a lot of crap in the back.
I don't have that issue with mine.
Well, maybe you change phones too often.
Hey, man, if you look at right now, I got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 43 after and same speed as
molasses. Well, a lot of people will do is, I think what occurs is, because iOS works in the same basic structure as the regular OS 10, and it has libraries, and these libraries get full because Mac, in their infinite wisdom, Steve Jobs, I mean, he's dead and all, but he was wrong. When he had them make OS X, they basically crammed every piece of junk into these libraries. So literally every year you need to restore your computer to bring it up to speed. Basically, it's like all your temporary internet files. Anybody that has a Windows computer will be like, oh, if you empty your cache and there's a great tool called ATF Cleaner, which I think is on our site somewhere as a link. I should probably put something up for that. You clean that out, reboot your computer. It's like, it's night and day difference. It's because it's taken all that cache, all that crap that you've either downloaded, used, or whatnot, and gets rid of it. And your computer's like, oh, okay. Mac does not have said ability to get rid of it because it mixes all the libraries with all the temporary stuff. So you have to back up your stuff and say bye-bye to OS, and have to reinstall everything and it's a pain in the butt. Well, it's easy to install things, but still you have to reinstall stuff. Anyways, back to the Lumia, they sold a lot, which means that that's good.
Didn't their profits go down now?
Yes, what is it? They went from 9 cents. No, share was it went down from 9 cents to 3 cents a share.
Yeah, I thought they were back in right after that.
Yes.
Last story before we go on the break. Put on the show notes. Woman buys an old Nintendo game for $7.99. Turns out it was worth $15,000. It was a game called. She had gone to. I guess she knew it was worth this much, but she'd gone to a store in Charlotte, North Carolina. He met the woman when he opened the store. Blah blah blah, and he basically didn't saw it. He's like, oh my god. Okay, but showed his box. She knew what she had. Obviously, she knew what she was looking for, and she does that on the business. So it was worth $15,000. It was a game called
Stadium Events. Family Fitness Stadium Events. I don't know if something like that could be worth $15,000.
One of the first Xer game titles was only released in the test market. Oh, okay. It was only released in the test market in the northern United States in 1987.
So it means there's only like, what, 2 or 3 of them, so that's actually worth...
It preceded the Power Pad. Anything under the family... the next year, Nintendo bought the North American rights to its Family Fun Fitness mat, which then became a more well-known Power Pad. Anything under the Family Fun Fitness brand would supposedly have been destroyed. In 2010, it sealed in through when you get at $41,300. So if anybody has stadium vents out there, better look themselves.
We never had a Nintendo. We never will. I have what we call ROMs because I don't think so. I could copy them 50,000 times over.
Well, anyhow, so we'll be right back after this break with more on our topic, which is the cloud.
My problem is I've got my pointer in the middle of the screen, and I need to move it to the left, but my mouse is over on the left-hand side of the pad, and if I go any further to the left, it's going to go off the pad. Anyway, if you could give me a call, I'd appreciate it. I'll wait until I hear from you.
Some people just can't be helped. For everybody else, there's the Computer Tamers.
Hello?
Your computer running slow? Or maybe you just need a newfangled Windows 7 upgrade. Trust your most important piece of hardware to the software experts at the Computer Tamer. They can even remote into your machine to get it up to speed by removing dangerous viruses and malware. That saves you time, gas, and maybe even your sanity. Get in touch with the Computer Tamers today to discuss customizing a happy computing healthcare solution to meet your own unique needs.
How exactly would I do that?
Log on to thecomputertamers.com.
And .com stands for what again?
The Computer Tamers.
It's a digital world.
We make it easy.
Did you know that each year 1 in 10 laptops are lost or stolen? 1 in 4 computers suffer data loss, and 7 in 10 firms with major data loss go under. Never risk your critical data files on undependable manual backups or inferior data storage solutions. Face it, data loss is a fact of life. It's not if you're going to lose your data, it's when. Protect your business with the most secure and reliable backup solution available. The single most valuable business insurance you can buy is just a click or a phone call away. Call Stone Mountain Consultants at 276-664-1476 or check out their website at smc.io. That's smc.io.
And we are back, and we're actually going to get on to our topic, which is, it's not that warm out. It's about 7 degrees outside.
The topic for today is the cloud.
Which I can see some over mountain. Actually,
the cloud.
Ooh, actually that is kind of pretty. If you look at the cloud, it's actually going through the mountain.
Through the mountain.
Ooh, that's cool. We saw. That's pretty. Anyway, the cloud is the internet. Okay, that was the show. The cloud is basically the internet where everything is kept away from you. That's why, actually, on our RBN show, Jason actually told exactly why it's called the cloud. And why is that, Jason?
Because back in the olden days,
back when a megabyte was considered huge.
5 years ago, 6 years ago, when they drew the internet on these flowcharts, they drew a cloud.
Yep.
So that's where I was saying
the cloud.
Like you said, it's a location that your data is stored elsewhere.
Not
physically at your location or on your device, your computer or your phone or something like that. It is stored somewhere else. So most folks are using actually the cloud
and not even knowing it.
For example, if you have a phone, or if you use Yahoo Mail, Gmail, Live Mail, Hotmail, that is on a cloud because you are accessing the email server somewhere else.
Yes, and that's where the actual data is actually stored. Now, technically, if you have like a POP server, it's a cloud only until you download the email to your location. But technically, the cloud, everything has to reside there all the time, every day, forevermore. And the cloud also offers benefits and detriments. Much like everything, there's a pro and a con.
Yes, well, first off, so that's what really started out with this email and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that. But then there are companies that have popped up to do more for multiple types of services. Like
Mm-hmm.
just your phone service through the cloud, you use that.
Cheaper. Most of the stuff through the cloud is cheaper than if it was local or you bought the equipment yourself.
Right. You have backup services. You have phone service. You can even buy, computers usage elsewhere that backs up your server, your desktop. So if something goes into your server or desktop, you can then actually run a virtualized version of that from the cloud. But yeah, like you said, it is usually typically cheaper this way because you don't have to buy the hardware itself. As an example, in the olden days, it's still done, but in the olden days, you can run your own Microsoft Exchange server. You buy the server, and you pay $5,000. You buy the software, you buy the domain. The email comes into your server that sits in a closet in the corner, and that's how you access it.
Adding spam gateway.
Then you would have to add a spam gateway to handle all the spam, which is also another few $1,000s, and usually consists of a yearly subscription of $1,000. Anything, and then
Manpower to actually manage the thing, because every so often you have to go through the lists and the bad mail and remove them. Let's see, I would say about 10 hours a week, probably, maintaining it. Yeah, 10 hours would probably be. That's about 2 hours a day just checking it out, make sure that the cache is good and whatnot. So
right.
it's
the
expensive.
support. I mean, you wouldn't either hire an on-site person to handle the support issues. Because running a server is complicated. It's not, there are issues where you get spam, the server goes down, and obviously
You're relaying or somebody blacklists you. Now, how do you get off blacklists? All this stuff, which is fun.
Another thing, if your server goes down, there's an increased importance to get it back up and running as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm. Now, some things you have to have on site, like a lot of businesses, their data they want close, or cache, which is French for close. If you're an attorney or something like that, you generally want that stuff on site so you can have access to it, because liabilities and whatnot. Of course, companies put banking information out on the internet. Heck, they put them in laptops and let it get stolen. I don't know what's the difference between that and somebody just putting all their stuff on the internet and saying, my stuff. Anyway, I digress. One of the things we recommend, and we'll get into the backup aspect of it, is an off-site backup. We talked about this last week about our remote data backups, which we recommend, and we resell because, well, we've used it, and it saves us oodles of time, and a lot of other people's oodles of time and money and sanity, actually. A couple of people that would have lost everything, many, many years of data, and by restoring it from, like, the remote data backups, they had it. So the cloud can be awesome, but there is that security con, is that your stuff is out there in the internet. So who has it? Is the company going to fold? Is it going to sell your information to the North Koreans? I think that's the latest craze everybody's into now. That kind of thing. So that's why it's really best to, if you're going to use a backup or any kind of cloud service, check with some maybe techie people, like us, or your friend, or something like that, could recommend, or say, like, I'm going to be going with I'm going to back up, I'll use this as my backup, say remote data backups, but this other one's cheaper. It's called Bob's Big House Backup. What do you think I should get? And they'll be like, never heard of the Bob's Big House, so I go with the other one. Because generally the tech world or tech people will recommend what they've used, and it has worked for them. Or they're getting subsidies, so they're just whoever gives them money. So that's cell phone companies.
Definitely can be used as to your advantage, like what you're saying. We've had a number of customers who use an offsite backup, and their physical hard drives have either crashed or also had decided to.
You've been muted the entire time. Oh, no worries. But they probably picked it up on my mic.
See, now you can hear me.
Yes, I was like, why don't I hear you? It's like, what the heck?
Well, now, already ready.
So, no, they probably picked up through my mic because I'm loud, but these mics do pick up a lot. So continuing,
we had we've had examples where customers had an offsite backup and their physical hardware had crashed, whether it was from just a hard drive failure. In fact, I think that's what it was in this case.
Mm-hmm.
When we come back, we'll also talk about different types of backup. We have talked about different types of backups. They actually had the 3-2-1 rule because they were one of our customers. Which again, the 3-2-1 rule in backups is 3 different types of backups on 2 different types of mediums, and 1 is off-site. So they had a backup. They were backing up 2 external hard drives, taking 1 off-site, and they were also doing it off-site. Well, we actually had to use both of those in order to kind of get the server up and running because...
If I remember right, the external hard drives
had the data. No, the external hard drives had... It was a server where it had... Windows had crashed, just like your computer at home, Windows can crash. The external hard drive was... We were able to retrieve the Windows installation via the external hard drive. We got the data back from the off-site backup.
Yes.
So that it worked out for them. I mean, they were up and running in about a day instead of a few days. Server crash can take a while to restore.
And anytime it's down, you're losing money because we hear about it. I love when people, and I'm not putting anybody down, I love when people say, "Oh, my computer's broken. I might as well be out of business." It's like, if you've been down for 2 days or 3 days, you're out of business, you need to really rethink your location and your strategy on how work is done. Because if you're down, like your computer's not working, and you're basically out of a job, you shouldn't be doing that job. I'm just saying, because you need a backup, like say a computer, you need a backup, or you need to have some sort of manual way, and we talked about that before. But like, because it's also, what if you go on vacation and you could take a week vacation? Are you out of a job? You need to. It grinds my gear when people tell me that I'm out of business or I'm fired or whatever. If I'm out of, it's like, yay.
Well, when we come back from the break, we'll take your calls and get a couple.
Yes, Mr. Baby.
We have a couple emails as well, but we'll also continue on our topic. Phone number is 818-739-8894.
Okay, bagel? Check. Coffee? Oh yeah, check. Hey, did the Sox win last night? Let's see. Oh, come on. This thing is so slow. This is just ridiculous.
Tired of your computer wasting your valuable time? Then it's time to get it tamed from the Stone Mountain Consultants. They can remote right in and get it up to speed. Call them at 276-664-1476 or visit their website at smc.io.
Do you enjoy our radio shows?
Help us stay on the air.
Right now, both Mish and Jaison pay for this show out of their own pockets.
If you would like to help bring our helpful shows, please consider donating or sponsoring us.
Help keep our internet broadcast running. Go on over to our website at www.smc.io and click the donate button, or email us at help@smc.io to sponsor.
Again, that's www.smc.io.
Do you have a small business? Do you have a hobby that you want to share with others? You need your own website. It's not as complicated as you think. A website is much, much more than having a simple Facebook page. You don't own or control what you post on Facebook. Did you know that? With your own website, you control and maintain your own content. It's all yours. We here at Stone Mountain Consultants can help you from the start in creating your own space on the information superhighway. We can help you create your own domain, start up your website. We can even help you maintain it. Call Stone Mountain Consultants at 276-664-1476 or check out our website at smc.io. Again, that's 276-664-1476 or check out our website at smc.io. We'll be more than happy to help.
Raise your hand and your techno hand. Bob your head if you understand that we're on a move, a techno move. Show the world your techno groove. Technology.
And welcome back to the Tech Lunch Roundtable here on Blog Talk Radio. Today is
Here in our room where we do things.
April 18th, 2013. We're halfway through the show. Typically, this half of the show, we go over emails. We still go over our topics, but emails and phone calls. You can call us at 818-739-8894. Our website is website is smc.io. There'll be links there to contact us via email, phone, Twitter, and Google, and YouTube, and all that. We ask that you join our YouTube page, so when you subscribe to it, you'll get emailed, and you can listen to the show and our other show as well.
Basically the same show, but in a little different
format. And we also
we sound more like idiots on this show. Well, not idiots. I would say more laid back. We have more fun making fun of each other, making fun of the government and how people are stupid. Sheeple. Yep. Actually, we should post. We should play that one that Mark Dice did about how dumb people are, because they actually wanted to repeal the First Amendment, because nobody should criticize the president. That's the idea. You criticize him and find out his flaws. Maybe he can make good decisions.
I get criticized. Why not?
Why not? And actually, what was it? Which president was it? It was Kennedy. Kennedy actually says, "It's your duty to criticize me. If I'm doing something you don't like, tell me. It's your duty as an American citizen to tell him you're wrong."
Affirmative. The topic of this show is the cloud. We had gone over what the cloud is, which, again, basically is the Internet, having your data, whatever it is, pictures, email, phone service, anything like that off-site. It's not physically located at your location, your computer, your hard drive, your
almost
cell
has
phone.
no location.
Right? And it actually can be, and most folks are already using it if they have a Gmail account or Yahoo account. Those are on multiple servers. More and more folks have decided to use it as far as a backup service.
It is awesome.
For example, we use a service called Ring Central that you take your phone number, and it's a VoIP service, which is a voice over IP.
Which basically is cloud no matter what you do.
Right. So you do need high-speed internet for that, but that phone number will travel with you. For example, when we were affected by, was it Irene? I can't remember now. Was it Irene or Sandy or?
Was it?
It was Sandy.
Superstorm Sandy?
Yeah, Superstorm Sandy. In the New England area, a lot of folks were out of power for a week or so.
Yeah.
And we actually had no power. We were on generator, but we also had
power.
No phone service.
Yes.
Or even no internet, actually. And because we had cell service, we were able to still get phone calls, dial out, because we have this VoIP service. And it really doesn't matter where you are. You can take it home and port your phone number. And the reason why cloud is so much cheaper is because you're sharing the costs with everybody else.
Yeah.
Instead of you physically buying the hardware and software and the support,
you're basically group sourcing or crowdsourcing, whatever it is. You're all taking a little bit here, a little bit there. So that's why you can pay like $99 for, a couple lines, you have voicemail, all this kind of stuff, instead of paying $180 for one line and maybe have voicemail and whatnot. It's just a lot cheaper. Plus, also with VoIP, other than like Jason said, you need high speed internet. It's also just so much easier to deal with it when it's not, in a sense, your problem. So something not working, you call the people that you're supporting.
Right.
And they generally, depending on the service you're on, should know what the hell they're doing so that they can fix it quickly. Like Microsoft, we use Microsoft and also Vario for our email, depending on which account we use. They are not down for long, and they have data centers pretty much everywhere. I think our website, is it our website? Can't remember. No, the email. There's a West server and an East server.
Email, it's a West and an East server, so
I can't remember if it was a website or the email. And so if the West server goes down, say California slides off the country and ends up being on the bottom of the ocean and singing the song with SpongeBob SquarePants, the East Coast will take over. Or vice versa, if the big tsunami comes in and takes out the entire East Coast, and we now have oceanfront property almost 400 miles in, your West Coast will take over. Now, if both happen at the same time, you're screwed.
They do have multiple servers, so if one goes down, even for maintenance, they could bounce them to another server. So
sometimes they have issues with routers. That's the biggest problem with the internet, routers and switches and stuff like that, because if it doesn't route a connection correctly, SBC, ATT, whatever they call themselves these days, they actually had a problem last year. I remember it was last year. They weren't, their routers were messed up. You couldn't get to half the internet. And a lot of our customers were like, I can't get anywhere. Yet their email wouldn't work and whatnot. It turned out that their routers were all fudged up. So not just their email, but their actual internet service. They couldn't send people anywhere, because that's the important thing. If you can't send somebody there, you're not going to go to that site. So it's one of the things about the cloud is that issues could occur, but it's not really your fault or your deal, so somebody else will fix it relatively quickly. You can still sit in your butt and eat your Mai Tai, drink your Mai Tai. Because if it was your problem, if it was your phone system that was down, you'd have to fix that.
The biggest issue with a lot of things with your own email server and stuff is the support. And you're paying somebody for that, and that's expensive to do. So again, you're sharing that. Actually, I just saw this on Twitter last break. Apparently, CISPA has passed the House 287 to 127 with 18 reps abstaining. So now it's going over to the Senate.
So there was 287 people that don't like the that did
voted for it.
But yeah, that don't like the American public and freedom.
Yes.
Yes, honestly, that is the crux of it. If somebody votes for I'm going to take away your freedoms, you're would be as Bush would say, Bush Jr. would say, you're an enemy of the state. Either with us or you're against us. Well, you're apparently against us because you keep on taking away our freedoms. Jerks.
And that CISPA is the Cyber Intelligence Sharing and Protection Act. With the law that is being proposed that would allow the sharing of Internet traffic information between the U.S. government and technology and manufacturing companies. So basically the companies like Comcast or Charter or Facebook or Twitter will share information with the government anytime either they feel like it, the government asks for it, before the government would have to get a court order for that.
Or just give them $1 billion and fund them.
So now they can just share that information because it's supposed to help copyright infringers. Yeah.
That's good. It's all about copyright. It's not about trying to find the people that say the government is bad and we should have maybe somebody that actually reads the Constitution before swearing allegiance oath of it, and then totally, basically taking the Constitution, putting it down and taking a crap on it.
So like the Electronic Frontier Foundation and ACLU and all that, the fear that, these powers that the government now may have, will be able to spy on the general public rather than pursue malicious hackers and stuff like that. This was, the first part of it was under the PIPA and SOPA Act last year?
Yes.
Was it last year?
Last year or late the other year, I can't remember.
And those were, general public didn't know anything about it.
But a lot of people
found out about it because the tech folks who didn't like it decided to make a stand. And, they say the internet went dark where, Amazon posted something on their page, Google posted something on their page,
Mozilla was down,
Wikipedia went down,
Reddit was down, we were down.
Right, and that's what sparked everybody's attention, and, it was asked them to call their representatives, which they did, and it was, Christopher Dodd, I guess, got extremely angry. In fact, he has did a nasty little letter. But the reason why this same thing didn't happen with this is because this time around it's different where the companies actually were with it. Before, what would happen is with SOPA or PIPA, if somebody posted a copyright picture on Facebook or posted something illegal on Instagram or something like that.
Yep.
The government could shut the entire website down.
Correct. Which would not be cool to Facebook or Instagram or whatnot. They'd lose a lot of revenue, and that would be, so they were really bad.
Right. That was sort of like,
one person on your street is a murderer. Okay, the entire street has to be killed.
Right. It's kind of overkill. So in this case around, it allowed the companies to share the information with the government instead of being brought down.
Yeah, but they still, I still call it, it's very Nazi-ish.
We will be right back after this quick break.
Email is critical for business. In fact, it's revolutionized the way we conduct business. But when it's not working or optimized, it causes major problems. Did you know that 1/3 of in-house email outages last more than 24 hours? Many businesses say sales numbers are impacted after only 1 hour without email. And today's workforces are more virtual than ever, requiring instant access to email, up-to-date calendars, contacts, and tasks from anywhere at any time. But not all email is worth your time. It's estimated that more than 80% of email is spam. So the question is, are you managing your email, or is your email managing you?
Call the Computer Tamers at 860-456-1310 or visit thecomputertamers.com.
Do you have a small business? Do you have a hobby that you want to share with others? You need your own website. It's not as complicated as you think. The website is much, much more than having a simple Facebook page. You don't own or control what you post on Facebook. Did you know that? With your own website, you control and maintain your own content. It's all yours. We here at Stone Mountain Consultants can help you from the start in creating your own space on the information superhighway. We can help you create your own domain, start up your website. We can even help you maintain it. Call Stone Mountain Consultants at 276-664-1476 or check out our website at smc.io. Again, that's 276-664-1476 or check out our website at smc.io. We'll be more than happy to help.
And welcome back to the Tech Club here.
No, Tech Lunch Roundtable.
Wrong show.
I should just make a big banner. This is the Tech Lunch Roundtable. But it's okay.
The Tech Lunch Roundtable here. Mish is here. I am here as well. Website is smc.io. We are talking about technology news, the cloud. I did want to mention I added a forum or tech talk area on our website. Obviously, it's a little sparse right now for the forum. It's an area where you could register. You just go to our website, click Tech Talk, takes you to a page, and you register. And it's an area where you can actually post questions and
get help.
Get help if you got something, you got a question. Just buy a new phone. I'm trying to sync it up, or how do I do this? How do I do that?
I'm building a blue screen of death. It has X00406 B in it. Right. And you're like, what the heck does this mean?
So that's an area where, in a way, you can get free advice, as long as it's not too complicated. But definitely check it out, the Tech Talk.
Because I'll probably write a book in your response. First, you want to go to SM.
The next thing I want to mention is there is a story out there, and I'm going to bring it up here.
On the Communist News Network's tech blog?
Yeah, they went over, and this is true anyways, but they mentioned 5 stories that went viral about the Boston attacks that aren't true. Yes, it did mention a few things, like folks had tweeted about 2 kids were killed, one was a boy, one was a girl. I mean, anybody can tweet anything, and, there is misinformation out there, obviously, and you have to make sure it is indeed true and stuff like that. There was one picture that was sent, supposedly it was a man who planned to propose and the girlfriend was killed. Well, the story was wrong, but the picture was true. It was just something different. What I had mentioned there was they don't research. I don't think they research it. They're told it's not true or true, and they don't question it. So there's no questioning. There was rumored that authorities were shutting down cell phone service because they were afraid that the bombs would go off, and that's how they were being activated. And there were multiple tweets, even from official sources, that they were shutting it down. Now they say that's not true. And of course, there's the conspiracy theories out there, and at the end of the article, they kind of mention somebody without mentioning them. even one guy registered a website, BostonMarathonConspiracy.com, to keep that out of the kook's hands. But again, there's no questions. Like, for example, people are, there was a couple articles from local news stories that there was a drill going on. They were announcing on the loudspeaker. There were lots of sniffing dogs around.
And there were, I guess, the latest thing was that there was a lot of guys standing around with backpacks that had things in their hands that some people say could have been detonators.
Right, and they didn't. But Boston police are denying there was a drill, even though it was tweeted out on that, and people are saying they heard it on the loudspeaker.
Yes, people are saying, "Oh, there's a drill. There's a drill." It's like, how can you have a drill and not have a drill at the same time? It's like military intelligence. It's an oxymoron. Some kind of moron.
But even this article, which is my thing, is you can't believe everything you read because, like most news stations like MSNBC and CNN, they just regurgitate what the government tells them. And they don't
official sources say this. Official sources lie. I could say I'm an official source from myself. I have a full head of long, luscious hair. That is a complete lie because I am balding and I have very little hair. So, yeah. So that's the thing. And also sometimes they also because it's a lot of people call them the prostitutes because they don't actually do any journalism anymore. And when they do journalism, they do journalism. They are ridiculed, or the spot is on like maybe a minute or something like that, and then it's never shown again. That one, she was in, I think it was Afghanistan. That was a girl. She was on CNN, I think it was.
She worked for CNN. Her name was what's her name?
I do not remember, but she did a lot of expose. Yes, I think nobody does exposés anymore, or investigative journalism finding the corruption. It's like, nope, there's no corruption here, because our president is Lord himself. Maybe he's Lord Xenu. He's going to come and take all the Scientologists to Mexico, then to wherever the heck. I never read Dianetics. It's a stupid book by a stupid person. Anyway, I won't go into that. So anyway, cloud stuff, satellites in the show. So, in essence, what Jason was saying is that don't believe what you read, research.
Right, and ask questions. But apparently, when you ask questions, people look down at you and say, "You're saying that he's not doing a good job." Yes,
I believe in the first term, we were supposed to be out of Afghanistan and Iraq. Second term, we're still at both places. Technically, we're not in Iraq anymore, but we're still there. It's like it's called the never-ending war. Actually, the war on terrorism and the Iraq war and the Afghanistan war has lasted longer than World War II. That was 1939. Well, at least for the United States, 1939 to 1945. It started in 1936 with the rest with majority of Europe, but let's see, 1936 to 1945 is that's 9 years.
What did you were talking about?
I'd say longer than World War II. It was 9 years, I believe. And we were started in 2001 because that's when 9/11 occurred, which was so fake. It's like, yep, jet fuel can't burn a building down. Even if it burned all the other things down, the steel girders would stay. There was actually a plane did go into in Southeast Asia, if I remember right, and it burned, but the building did not collapse. And people are like, wait.
Right, the question is always,
how can jet fuel burn down steel reinforced, made not to buckle under that? then people say, no, you don't believe what you don't bow down to the official report.
The official one was Building 7 that didn't get hit.
Yeah, and then everybody saying Polis and whatnot, and they all fell as if they were controlled demolitions, because generally buildings, if they are, there's a problem and it's swaying and you have problems, they go to one side or the other. When you control the demolition, it goes straight down, and that's what all of them did. Though I think Building 2 did offset as it went down, but that could have been just wind. It's just, don't believe everything you see. So, longest war ever. Yeah. Maybe even longer than 100 years war.
We start out with the
cloud, yes. Anyway, the cloud is awesome. Just be careful what you do, because it is a privacy issue, because your email and whatnot is not really with you, so you want to be careful. Like if you are a domestic terrorist and you want to put up some bad things, don't put it on your cloud source. Your iCloud, not a good place to put it. Anyway, so that's it. What? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying you definitely want to, you don't want to get an email from Joe Schmo backup service and click it and send all your data out there. You do want to do some research and make sure
that's everything.
You make sure it's a valid company and do some research, do a Google search, and or go to our forum or our website and ask us. smc.io. Click on Tech Talk and go to the forum, sign up, and if you got questions about services, our show, if you've got some suggestions, certainly there's a...
you don't like my rants? You can talk.
There is a topic there for our radio shows. So we'll see you there, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Time. Bye-bye. Don't you play out?